Welcome into the Extra Point presented by Corner Pub in Brentwood on 710 Old Hickory Boulevard for Nashville's best meat and three, craft beers, and more. The neighborhood meets at the corner. And Zach, the Titans are reportedly involved in trade talks with the Saints for wide receiver Brandin Cooks. It's probably going to involve a first-round draft pick. So I'll give you the option. You can either draft a wide receiver in the first round or trade for Brandin Cooks if you're John Robinson.
First of all, I love the offseason as John Robinson is the general manager of the Tennessee Titans. It makes things interesting.
There are no rules.
You're exactly. It's just right. It's kind of like Outback Steakhouse. And that's not an endorsement. But where I go on this, if you can get Corey Davis at 18 and keep your 5, maybe trade and get 3 premier players, I would rather do that than trade away one of those first-round picks, go down. You're going to have to give up another later-round picks, acquire Brandin Cooks, who's a very good wide receiver, but I think his stats are inflated. Because he's in the Drew Brees offense, I don't necessarily think that you're getting a 1,000-yard receiver with the Tennessee Titans. I think he's about a 700 to 800-yard guy. I just think it's a little bit inflated for the Saints, and John Robinson likes to work with draft picks. He also likes to trade,
right?
But he likes draft picks. I go 3, I think is better than 1.
Okay, 2,300 yards receiving, 17 touchdowns is what Brandin Cooks has done the last 2 years combined with the Saints. I see that production. I've seen Brandin Cooks score touchdowns in the NFL. I've seen him go 98 yards for a touchdown with the Saints last year. I don't know if Corey Davis can do that. Small school guy, like you're anti-small school guy.
Value, though.
I don't know if Mike Williams can create separation against NFL defensive backs, but I've seen Brandin Cooks do a lot of good things in the NFL. I'm taking Brandin Cooks in a trade. This team needs a dynamic wide receiver. Brandin Cooks is what Kendall Wright was supposed to be, and he wasn't able to do that. So I'm trading for Brandin Cooks. I need a wide receiver from the Titans, and I'm getting somebody that I know can produce.
No, I think that he fits. I think he is of the Titan way, as you talk about, hard, tough notes. Why are they trying to move on from him?
Because they need to rebuild defense. It's the same reason they moved on and traded Jimmy Graham and Kenny Stills, another guy I like, 2 years ago, because they need to improve the defense. They're trying to rebuild. And Brandin
Do they
Cooks,
know something that the Titans don't?
I don't think so. They already have good wide receivers with Michael Thomas, who was a rookie last year, and Willie Snead, who's in his second year going into his third. So they have a bevy of wideouts. Brandin Cooks has the highest value of those 3 guys, so they can get the most out of it in return. If you're the Saints and you're going to get a first-round draft pick to help your defense and you still have good wideouts, why not do it?
Depends on what you give up, but I think it's more likely that the Titans trade for Brandin Cooks than unload the Brinks truck for Alshon Jeffrey. I know that John Robinson likes draft picks, though. That would hurt him to give up some draft picks, but if he's getting a player that he believes in Brandin Cooks, I think he's going to do it.
The Combine is where the DeMarco Murray trade was conceived, and maybe J-Rob's doing it 2 years in a row. All right, that's today's Extra Point presented by Corner Pub in Brentwood on A to Z Sports Nashville.com.